insane how good cameras are nowadays. If you go back around 10 years ago, you wouldn't think that a small DJI Action 4 would be able to take such quality video. And I do mean quality. Like, this thing shoots 4K 10-bit video. It's just amazing. You can use it for vlogging, you can use it for action. The stabilization on this is great. And the audio on it is not bad. It's pretty decent for a built-in mic. But it's still a built-in mic. So if I prop down the camera here and I start talking at a distance, you're going to start to hear a bit of that quality issue. And it's not really an issue per se, it's because the mic is all the way there where the camera is, and you're picking up noise all around you. So something that might be closer to the camera would come out as louder. And audio, there's so many audio solutions out there. It's just, the problem is they tend to be on a pricier range. But I actually have a budget solution for your audio on a DJI Action 4 or Action 5. So let's hear the difference. So having a solution like this, and there are some cons to it, although it's not ideal, it actually does the job. And the reason why I'm talking about this solution is because it costs a small portion of what something like a DJI mic Mini would cost. Again, it's not without downsides, but you can hear the difference in terms of, like, you've got traffic passing by, you've got noise, you've got, I don't know, birds, you've got dogs, you've got my son, playing video games, but you hear less of that because the mic is now closer to me in relation to everything else. So my voice will cut through all that noise. So this is the audio solution. It's a Godox Movelink Mini, and you get, when you purchase the package, you get this charging case. It's a bit thick, it's a bit beefy, but it does hold a charge enough to charge everything up, the receiver and the transmitter. You get two transmitters, you get one receiver. You do get these, what do you call these? The foamy things, the wind muffs. There you go. You do get a couple of these wind muffs. Yeah, you've got a pin here which allows you to eject and change out the port of the receiver. So you can, right now I've got USB-C on it. You can switch it out for a TRS or a TRRS. And this thing does not come with a package. It's something I bought additionally. This cost me about less than $1 actually. It's a USB-C extender. And all this does is it gives me better reach with the port, especially on the DJI Action 4. If you have the cage on, this makes it a tight fit. You won't be able to get it all the way in unless you remove the cage. With this, I can just keep the cage on and pop this in. However, again, like I said, this thing does have cons. It's not a perfect solution, but it is a very affordable solution. First is, it's a very minimal setup. There is nothing like battery indicators or anything like that. These can last about 8 hours in one go, and the case carries enough of a charge to fully charge all of them up again. So you're looking at realistically about 16 hours in total, right? I've never used it for that long. I've made sure that, because I don't have any indicator if it's charged or not, I've made sure that it is always fully charged. No indicators there, no indicators on this thing. It just shows you that, hey, there's a charge, it's charging, it'll blink if it's charging, that's it. So that is a downside. You don't know if you've got a charge on it, you want to make sure that it's always fully charged. The mics themselves have, the transmitters themselves have very excellent sound quality. If you've seen me using a DJI Action 4 with this, that's pretty much the sound that you get out of these. It has two levels, a lower level of recording and a higher level. I think one is at -20, the other is at I'd like to say -8. I don't have the manual in front of me. But I use the lower one so that anything that's further away, you know, it clips out on the lower end. And if you raise that, it doesn't, you know, have a lot of other noise that it brings back along with it when you raise the gain. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go back and do a bit of a test and see how that sounds. So we are out along one of the busiest streets in the city. So this should be a good test in terms of like how much the mic picks up my voice compared to like the noise around. Now, while we're doing that, one thing I do want to explain is the other negative that having this mic, good Lord, I think it's a bit too loud for me. Again, I don't know how much of my voice is coming through across there, because we are walking through one of the busiest streets. So if my voice is cutting through all of that noise, then that's great. That's actually perfect. But again, one of the negative things that we want to talk about here is that having this mic plugged in, you have to detach the battery door of the Action 4 or 5. And that means you lose the functionality of it being waterproof. Of course, you're not going to be able to submerge this thing underwater when you've got the mic plugged in, right? But it's something to keep in mind. So it's not a convenient setup. You have to set it up. You got to take out the battery door. You've got to plug in the receiver and all that. But the quality to price ratio, you can't argue with the fact that audio is pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this video helps. See you around.